Let me fix my hair. Don't start yet.
I'm gonna put this in.
Dude, I love that your mom is texting us.
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
Not distracting at all.
No, I know. Okay. Welcome back to Keeping Our Buddy Mason in the Loop.
Dude, I was not ready to start.
I don't care if you're ready to start or not.
Dude, this is a joint effort. Okay, ready?
3, 2. Welcome back to Keeping Our. Dude,
nice.
Why'd
hey
you
guys,
make me
welcome
say
back.
that? You made me say that for no reason.
Say what?
Welcome back to Keeping Our Buddy Mason in the Loop. I realized that we have privated the first few episodes, so if you don't know what's going on, basically, me and Carson are friends with this guy named Mason. Lives in Boston. We hate him. We're not friends with him, actually.
We don't like him, actually. This podcast is because of how much we don't like him.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is a podcast that we filmed to keep him updated with what's going on because he moved away. So, just thought I would give that info. And if you're not Mason, you shouldn't be watching this. Really,
it's really not for you.
It's not for you. Unsubscribe if you've already subscribed. If you're not Mason, dislike. Don't send it to people. So that's kind of the goal, is just to update Mason. Anyways, that's just the basis of the podcast. I think laid out. So we just got back from Thanksgiving plans. You got back from Lubbock. You wanna? I don't know if you have anything to update Mason on about Thanksgiving or what.
Mason, I'd love to update you on my Thanksgiving. Went to Lubbock, got to see the nephew again, which is good. You want to soak up those newborn moments, I suppose. He was real cute. He's still real snuggly right now, which you gotta love that. So yeah, got to see the nephew. Was up in Lubbock. I personally don't like Lubbock, because it's effectively a giant. Oh hey, you texting?
No, I'm trying to get that off the screen.
Sorry, I just got distracted because Logan was texting. It was weird. Basically, Lubbock is just the dustiest, driest area ever, and this is so unprofessional. That was so. We need to restart. Can we restart?
No, we're not restarting, bro.
That was ridiculous.
We're not restarting.
Lubbock just sucks for my allergies, and so I always go up there and I get a little bit sick. And so honestly, I'm in the recovery stage of having visited Lubbock with a little bit of sickness. But we're officially in like the cold times of Texas, which is nice. You know, we're getting in the 60s, which I love.
Yeah, bro. We're going to sleep in the 40s, which we just open our window and it's
great.
So nice.
It's good.
So good. So good.
Logan, Thanksgiving plans? What'd you do?
Oh, dude, my Thanksgiving was eventful. As I already told you, we had our first. At least I was a part of our first family drama, which is pretty crazy.
Family drama.
Family drama.
Logan's family destroys Logan's other family. Yeah,
that's what happened. It was wild. It was crazy. But before I get into that, let me just recount my week. So Wednesday I went to Dallas, and there was no drama in Dallas with my mom's family. There's no drama. It was super fun. We just hung out. I think one of my little cousins is in like 4th grade, and she was super shy. I don't know why that sounded super weird.
Super shy. Super shy.
Like,
gosh, idiot.
Like, anyways, she's usually like super shy, but she was extroverted, and we just like this year, and we just like got to hang out, and it was like super fun. I jumped on the trampoline with her and Declan and Ollie, who are 2 little cousins, and so that was super fun to just hang out with them, and I was just like, because I'm like the oldest there, so I got to just like hang out with my little cousins, and then it was super fun, and then we drove back Thursday, and then Saturday was the big drama. The big drama happened.
The big drama.
It was so weird. It was so out of nowhere because, basically, so now my dad's side, where they come into town, and we go to play football at the park, and then we get back, and then we're like, all right, let's talk about when Christmas is. And usually every year we're talking about when Christmas is, because just trying to figure out what other in-laws are doing and whatnot, and it was crazy because we went from like just kind of talking, discussing, figuring out plans to then my grandpa like just snapping for the first time that I think I've ever seen. Because usually he'll like chime in with like a joke and like, oh, whatever. But he this time was like chimed in with a serious thought. And I was like pretty frustrated. He was like, hey, I feel like we're getting second, whatever. I just kind of felt a little offended, and it was funny because Ian, my little brother, was like thought that he was joking because it was the same tone and everything as his joke, but it wasn't a joke, and he was serious and he was seriously frustrated, and then Ian just goes, "Oh,"
I love that part.
and just fully just everyone's like, "Oh boy."
I like to think for the duration of the conversation, every single time someone said something, Ian went, "Oh," thinking it was a joke, and every time he just went, "Oh."
It was so wild. I was like, "What is going on? I'm so not used to this at all."
Yeah,
but
we've never really had an awkward, like, our family's always pretty chill.
Yeah.
I remember one year, like, one of my cousins was talking with her dad about Breonna Taylor, that was like during the peak of Black Lives Matter. She was one of the people that died.
Oh.
And like her dad and her had very differing opinions, and like that was a little bit awkward, but that's about as awkward as a Thanksgiving as I've ever had.
Right.
In general, it's pretty chill. I did get in a little bit of hot water this Thanksgiving. So I have 3 older brothers, 2 of whom are married, and one of them is married to a doctor, and the other is married to his wife has a degree in, I think, neuroscience. Don't quote me on that, but it's like
Tristan's wife.
Harper has a degree in neuroscience, or like something like that.
Yeah.
And Callie is a doctor. She, she's finished her fellowship. She's legit. Anyways, and as we were all just talking, someone brought up, women in STEM. Which
women in
already,
STEM fields.
What are we doing, guys? Ooh, touchy subjects.
What do you mean? That is not
a. It's really not. But we started talking about it, and then I just went, yeah. I don't think I'm cut out to marry a woman in STEM. and then I said, I just need someone more gentle in my life. And I said it to both of my sister-in-laws who are women in STEM, and they were like, just instantly both, excuse me, are we not gentle, Carson? And like I just.
You absolutely flamed both them and your brothers.
No, because this is the thing I told them, and this is what I committed to, is I was like, it's not that women in STEM are the problem, I'm the problem.
That's what?
I can't handle a woman in STEM. It's not that it's their fault. It's like, you know what I mean?
No.
Dude, no one gets it. Okay. But the thing is, I had my nephew like laying on my chest. So I just could do no wrong. Like I didn't feel like I was in danger at any point because I had my nephew with me, and so he was like balancing my hot takes with his cuteness.
You had a little shield.
But literally what Callie had said earlier that day, that's Tristan's wife, she was like, yeah, whenever someone who isn't a doctor comes to me with their doctor opinions, I just punch him in the face. And I brought that up, and she was like, Carson, I understand that I did say that, and I want to redact that officially. It was a fun time. Then we played it. We started playing that game where you're like, okay, they're a 10, but, and then you give like one caveat and you rate them from there.
Right.
Like, and then we just started we just started saying stuff about Tristan. So we'd be like, he's a 10, but he's in law school, and then like it just slowly got more and more into like, and then we did things like we know that Callie gets bothered by Tristan. It's like one thing is Tristan has his parking spots at places, and even if there's closer parking spots, he will pass them to go to his parking spot. And so we were like, okay, Callie, he's a 10, but he will drive past several open parking spots to get to the one that he likes. And then Tristan was like, hey guys, can y'all stop describing me?
Dude, that's good.
It was fun. We actually had a really fun time. I feel like it was the most it was very good. Like me and my brothers and sister-in-laws, they were kind of flaming me because my sister-in-laws want another sister-in-law, and so I was getting a little bit of crap for that. Carson, think of how much fun this will be when you get married, and I was like, hey guys, it's fun now. What about me?
We're having a great time right now, guys.
Hey Carson, look, it's great, but just we need a wife. Come on, we need a wife out of you. I don't know. Don't look at the grammar too closely. But yeah, Thanksgiving was good. Kind of, I don't know. Now we have to get back into the grindstone, which is unfortunate, of regular life. The break was very nice, much appreciated.
Yeah, it was great. I think I will say, like, I think it broke some of my good habits that I have, and now I'm like trying to get back on track, get back on the wave. Like my sleep schedule, for example, is so bad for multiple reasons. For one, for the beginning part of the week, I was just going to bed late. And then now I can't sleep because my jaw is
Right.
in so much pain. So this is something that I can update you on, Mason. Basically, I think I pulled a muscle in my jaw, and it hurts so bad. And so I'm on painkillers as often. I do think I've hit the peak. I think today was the peak, and I think I'm gonna be on the decline, ideally. But like I would wake up at like, so I would take like a Tylenol or something or Advil at like 9:30, and then wake up at 3 a.m. and have to take more painkillers to go back to sleep. But today, I took an Advil at like 9:30, and then at like 12:30 or like 1, I was in so much pain again. And so I took my last 2 Tylenol, and so then I was out of Tylenol, and then I got maybe 2 hours of sleep, and then at 3:30 like or like 4, I like was in so much pain. So I was like, wow, this is awful. I can't do anything. So I got up and was icing my face at like 4 in the morning this morning. And then what I would do, I was on this cycle where I would ice it, and then the icing would kind of numb it for like an hour or so. So I'd try to get a little mini nap in, and then I'd wake up in so much pain, and then ice it again. And so I did that, and I was slowly able to increase the increments between the amount of time I could ice it and like how painful it was. That's why I think it was kind of helping. That probably sounded awful. I just swallowed in the mic, but that was worse. That was worse.
Nice.
But like, dude, it hurts so bad. And so like, so I bought some painkillers now that I'm on. So anyways, that's why that's another reason why my sleep schedule is freaked as well. Which is not ideal, I'll say.
I think we've mentioned this before. This is the worst sleep I've ever gotten in my entire life is in this house.
Yeah.
I don't sleep well here. And didn't you sympathize with that?
I do, but I think I'm used to it now. I think it's just hard for me to get to sleep because there's no blinds. But once I'm asleep, I can wake up at a normal time usually. It's just I just can't with this jaw thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I will say it is hard to get to sleep because we don't have blinds. We have blinds. We don't have curtains.
Right.
And so the moon is just too bright in my eyes, literally. So it's not ideal to get to sleep, but yeah, it's.
I also feel like I wake up in the middle of the night more often than I previously have, which I don't know for sure why. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Like the sleep I get is a little bit more restless.
I haven't really experienced that honestly. But it just takes me a while to get to sleep, which is not like uncommon for me. That's why
Fair.
I'm not like
whatever.
But I don't know. I'm excited to get back on track, I guess. And then I only have like one more week of class, and then it's winter break, so I'll be able to start fresh with a new schedule, like working full time. So I'm excited to get into that grind, and keep on the bulk, you know, because that's another thing Thanksgiving was awesome for us. Because dude, I don't know, like, have you always eaten all the Thanksgiving food? Like,
no, I am not a like I know Thanksgiving is the national day of like eat a ton of food. I never have been a huge fan of that.
Why? Like, because you don't like the food, or
no, just because I don't feel good when I eat that much. So like I've always just used Thanksgiving as like, okay, I'm gonna have a nice meal, you know. But I'm not eating like I'm not trying to eat as much as possible and like stretch my limits. It's like I'll have one serving of everything, and then maybe I'll go back for 2 of what I really like. Right. But I'm not like I know like people that, oh yeah, I gotta wear my stretchy pants. You know what I'm saying?
Stretchy pants.
Exactly.
Nacho Libre.
Not me, bro. I'm not trying to be like having to be laid up on the couch for, 30 minutes after Thanksgiving.
Right.
That's just I don't feel good when I do that. So I don't eat everything now.
Well, like, but like growing up, did you like everything though? Like, cause the reason I ask is because all right.
Someone sampled that.
Don't sample. Mason, do not sample that. Huh? He can't sample. Mason can't sample anything.
Mason, prove him wrong.
Prove me wrong.
How to
Mason.
sample YouTube.
How to sample
podcast.
Dude, he sent us a music video. Dude, Mason, that could be your thing because we have a podcast for you. I accidentally. We have a podcast for you. You just make diss tracks on us and then send them to us. That would be so
Mason,
funny.
if you make a diss track on me, I will come back twice as hard with the diss track. So just be careful, buddy.
Dude, yeah,
I
that's good.
will diss track you. Anyways,
I don't like I didn't like Thanksgiving food till like last year. And so now at Thanksgiving I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm eating." But I don't think I'm pushing.
oh yeah, I'm eating.
I'm eating. And I don't even think that I'm necessarily
Nice.
pushing my limits, but it's like that last serving, I feel like I am pushing my limits a little bit, but it's not like I'm not like going back after that. It's like I'm
Right.
finishing my plate. I'm filling my plate and I'm finishing it, and that's kind of it. But oh boy,
You're
it was
filling your
good.
plate one time only?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like full, and it's
Right.
and it's this is the first time I've really done that. I think officially this year. I think I'd say this year, maybe
Right.
last year, but like I just like all the food, and I'll get green bean casserole, cornbread casserole, freaking ham roll, mashed potatoes.
You're eating.
I'm
That's
eating.
just the reality of the situation.
I'm eating.
You're eating.
I'm eating, man, and I love it, and this is why I'm bulking, right? It's so that I could do that and enjoy it. But I will say, man, my jaw was not good on me. That's another possibility of why my jaw was so sore, is that I just
You
ate
just were eating too much.
on Thursday.
Bro, I'm thinking you're taking too big of bites.
Maybe, but I don't think that it's from
I've seen you
Thursday.
eat, Logan. You sometimes you open your mouth to take a bite of something, and then you realize that it may not exactly fit, and you just open wider. You know what I mean? Like you just
No, you have not seen me do
I
that.
have. You open your mouth as wide as you can when you're eating, and your mom says that too because
Right.
I've had conversations with you where you've talked about sometimes when you're eating you have to stop completely and just breathe because you realize that
That's
you're
not
choking.
true.
Yes, it is.
Wait, I've never told you that.
Yes, I feel like we've had that conversation.
No way.
I'm not phrasing it exactly right, but basically you were saying sometimes you just get so you have to get more oxygen or something.
No, I have a small esophagus, so if I swallow up too big of a bite, like when I was younger, I would swallow too big of bites, and then I would have to spit it up to get. This is gross. I don't know what.
Logan,
But I did used to eat way too big of bites, but now I'm like a man now, and I do that naturally.
no,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
See, that's my point. Is I think you're stretching your jaw to its extremes and hurting. You're pulling a muscle.
Well,
Now,
I did. Pull a
I'm not
muscle.
a doctor, so I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's what I looked it up, and they said that finding the cause of what specifically did it is super hard for stuff like this, because there can be so many vastly different factors.
Was eating one of them?
Probably, but the primary thing that they said was dentists having your mouth wide too open. But I was like, I haven't been in the dentist in 2 years or so. So
You haven't been in the dentist in 2 years?
no, dude, I hate the dentist so much.
You have to get your teeth cleaned every 6 months.
Right, I clean them every day, twice a day.
So unnecessary. You only do it once every 6 months.
Dude, I only brush once every 6 months. That's what they
Well,
say.
no, the dentist will brush for you.
Dude, that's a good bit. Just
Do you have any
I only
good bits
brush-
with your family, extended family? Is your extended family got any bits that you do?
Uncle Thomas has some good bits.
Dude, Logan.
Some good bits. I did not voice crack, but
Uncle Thomas has some good bits.
all right. But he has some good good ones. I mean, it changes. We flow. We're in that flow stage with Uncle Thomas where we can make up bits on the spot.
The flow stage.
Dude, yeah.
Nice.
The comedy flow stage.
Comment down below if you're in the flow stage.
Comment down below if you're. All right. But yeah, I don't know what I was saying.
You're talking about your
I'm
jaw.
bulking. Yeah, my jaw.
And you're bulking.
My jaw, I'm bulking, and I will say I love eating so much.
We forgot to update Mason on the coffee golf scores.
Okay. Whoa. We don't have to update Mason on the coffee golf scores.
I would love to give you a coffee golf update.
I don't think it's
Mason.
updated actually, because I think the bot's not updated.
You just keep talking for 1 second, Logan.
So here's the thing with coffee golf. I don't think we even said it on the last public episode, so it doesn't super matter. But basically, towards the first half of the month, I was in first, leading by probably 10 strokes, maybe 5 or 10 strokes. And for those who don't know, coffee golf is a game. Every day there's a new map, kind of like Wordle, and it's kind of like a putt-putt mini game that's 2 minutes a day. that we have a Discord server that we just send our scores every day. And here's the thing, right? Towards the beginning of the month, I was doing great. I was in first place. I was chilling. I was just hanging out. And then halfway through the month, I'd say I just started
putting up some crazy numbers.
running full speed downhill, I'd say. Like, I wasn't just going downhill. I was sprinting.
Which was crazy because Logan looked so good in the first half.
I looked amazing. And
really only through the first, 10 or 11 days, though.
Yeah, it was 11 days, which is still a pretty, that's a third of the month,
Right. But the thing is, we have a competitive coffee golf environment. You have to have sustained excellence.
Right.
Through probably 28 days.
Minimum 20.
Yeah, I mean,
because even now, I'm the top scorer today and yesterday right now.
The thing is, Logan,
but it just means nothing because I'm 20 or 30 behind.
Also, though, the problem is generally a bad day. I would say 14 is a bad day. 14 is a bad day.
I'm averaging 15 for sure.
Right. Logan was getting 17. So it wasn't like Logan just had a string of bad 14, 15, 16 days. It was 16, 17, 18 days. Just one after another. Which is crazy because at a certain point, you have to get almost very unlucky to get above a 15, I would say.
Yeah, super unlucky.
And so it was but the thing is, you can only get unlucky so many times. So it just became, okay, Logan's actively being bad for some reason.
Right. And I think the Pro Tour has helped me a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Coffee Golf had an update for the Pro Tour.
Coffee Golf has an update. Stumbled my words there.
Yikes. Okay. New podcast host.
Podcaster.
Hey, if you're looking to host a podcast with me, all you have to do is find a friend named Mason
or sponsors. We are looking for sponsors.
Only one though. Coffee Golf.
Only Coffee Golf. Dude, that would be so funny. And we got Coffee Golf. Coffee Golf, if you're watching this.
And you don't have to sponsor us, guys. Download Coffee Golf.
You don't have to download
fun.
it. It's a fun game to just play with friends. It can be competitive. It cannot be competitive. But
it's competitive.
I think it's competitive. And it's just a fun little game every day.
It's good because it's just once a day. You don't have to be married to the game. You don't have to. You just have to wake up there in the morning, play, you're done.
Dude, that's it. You don't have to be married to it. But and that's the thing, right? We had a few people that dropped out because we had Will and
we had a friend named Will. Dude was the best coffee golf player I've ever seen in my life. Natural ability off the chart. It was amazing. Just absolutely no desire to play the game.
It was absurd because we invited him in towards the second half of the month in November or October. And then so basically also the scores reset every month is what we have it currently set. They don't reset, but we reset them every month.
We reset our scores every month.
Have a new winner every month. And do it once a day. And we invited him at the last half of last month. He was winning already. He was doing really well for just starting. And then towards the beginning of this month, I was in the lead. And then once I started the tail dive, he just took over he was well ahead of everybody. 12 days in.
Yeah, it was okay, Will has got this month in the bag. It is what it felt like.
And then he missed one day, and we're like, "Hey, Will, come on, you got to do it."
Because we have a penalty if you miss a day. What is the strokes for if you miss a day?
It's whoever has the highest score plus 2, I think is what we said.
But so basically, if everyone scores 10 on a day and one person scores 12, and you miss that day, you would get a 14.
Right.
Because we are, we have a somewhat of a coffee golf constitution that
I think Trey deleted it, but
we will redraft it.
For December.
That we all signed digitally. Sorry, I just bumped my microphone. And part of it is that you have to play every single day. And the reason why is because, and I heard we have another friend, Mason, who's missed a few days. That's who this podcast is directed at.
Mason, you're watching
Mason's
this right
watching. Mason has missed a few days as well. And he texted me and he was like, guys, we need to allow a grace of one day. And the thing is, coffee golf is a 2-minute game at most. And no one that I know personally has a schedule where they really don't have 2 minutes to play.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's not like you're not touching your phone your whole day. Like that's just not happening. Realistically.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, it's not like it's this big commitment where it's like, okay, you have to sit down and play a 15-minute round.
Right.
15 minutes isn't even that big. But you literally open up the app, you play your 2 minutes, and then you just send it. It takes less time than the Wordle, you know? Unless you're like me and goated at the Wordle. Or like me and goated at Coffee Golf. Either way. I'm good at Wordle, man. I speed run it. I run out of all 6 guesses so quickly.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Wordle?
I have. Okay, it's the 26th, so we only have 5 days left in the month. So that's good. We get a reset. I get a reset.
We need to update because the thing is we haven't updated scores in 3 days.
Yeah.
And I think Joel is ahead of me. But it's close.
Right.
Because after the 24th, me and Joel were tied. And then I got a 1-stroke lead on the 25th. And then I put up 17 today.
Right.
So if Joel puts up anything less than 17, if he puts up a 16, we're tied again. But there's real opportunity for him to put up like a 12 and just effectively secure the day.
Today was pretty crazy because I started the day with 15. I was like, dang, I just lost for sure. And then Kobe got 17, you got 17, and that's all who's played today. So I'm the leader.
It was a rough
15.
Rough game, rough day. That was tough.
But yeah, dude, we're gonna get that reset in December, dude. I was looking at my December schedule. It's packed. The second half of December is packed because we got the bachelor party for Kobe, right? And then my mom's side Christmas is like the 21st to the 24th, or that's when my family's in town, or it's just one family. 21st to the 24th, and then Christmas Day we're doing my dad's side of Christmas and probably our family Christmas.
Okay.
And then
also, did you think the podcast heard that?
I don't. If you guys can hear that, somebody just
someone
started
turn on
truck.
a very loud motorcycle or truck. Yeah.
I doubt they can hear it, but who's to say?
Who's to say?
You know, I don't know
also,
how much Mason spent on this equipment.
Luke said that he is the one that started. Dude, what's another bit you do? It's not who's to say. You have another one like of this thing you just kind of throw out all the time. I'll say or something like that.
Oh, I'll say. Yeah.
Luke said he started that.
I did not start that. Yeah.
Okay.
It was like Luke, Nick, Andros.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't start that.
I was like, oh yeah, Logan does that, and he was like, yeah, Logan got that from me. I started that, and I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah. I don't want to take credit for that. I started who's to say though. That was me.
But then it got changed to what?
Hard to say.
Hard to say.
They started saying, but
right. So Logan came up with, which Logan. It wasn't really a bit. It was more of just like Logan started saying it.
Yeah.
Which I guess that is what a bit is. Yeah. But it wasn't funny.
I wasn't trying to be funny with it.
It just was a thing, right?
It was just a thing, It made people laugh. So
maybe it wasn't. Hey, it was a bit.
It was.
But then a bunch of middle schoolers and high schoolers started saying hard to say.
Yeah.
And just everyone else started saying hard to say.
Fully ripped my saying.
And so Logan just kind of became. The thing is like. Did they rip off Logan because who's to say is actually already a saying? Right.
Well, no, that's not even the thing. It's that they changed it. You know, it would have been totally fine if they said who's to say, because I'd be like, I started that. But they changed it, and I was like, guys, you're not saying who's to say.
My point is that isn't who's to say already a saying?
Right.
Like, you didn't come up with who's to say.
But they were using hard to say in the same way that I was using who's to say, which is too often and as a joke. Right? Like, it wasn't like they were just saying it normally.
Right.
It was they were using it as a joke in the same way that I was using hard to say. Anyways, I don't even know where we got.
We don't want to linger here.
Anyways,
other news, okay.
Then Christmas and then Kobe's wedding and rehearsal dinner. That's to top the month off of December, and that's only the first half.
Busy
December, and you're in a lot of that too because you also have Christmas stuff too. And
yeah, I've got Christmas stuff, Kobe's stuff. That's pretty much all I have. Oh, I've got December 10th, Eagles versus Cowboys. So I think I'm going to go and watch the Eagles game with my dad at some point today because it's the Eagles versus the Bills. Cowboys absolutely crushed Washington on Thanksgiving. Smacked them. It was like 55-10, I think. One of our players, Deron Bland, got his 5th pick 6 for this season.
Oh, yeah, dude. My cousin was telling me about that. Or it was 5th or 6th?
5th pick 6.
Huh. I thought he said 6, but it like broke the record, right?
Right, yeah. So he set the NFL record, which was super hype. 11 games into the season, by the way, which I think is significant because he's got 5 more games, which at his current pace would be like 8 pick sixes or 7, you know.
Yeah.
But also, yeah. Anyways, so incredible. That was really fun to watch. But as it currently stands, Eagles are ahead of us by 2 games in the division. So we really need that. And I am I'm not confident. I'm never confident. The Cowboys, as soon as you're confident in the Cowboys, is right whenever they start to lose. So I try to stay hopefully pessimistic about their season. Just kidding. I'm an optimist. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. Hopefully. Yeah, it's a little bit of a contradiction. But anyways, I do think that the Cowboys have a really good shot at beating the Eagles at home because we had a super close away game with them. So I think there's a good chance the Cowboys beat them. But we need them to lose one more game, and then we win the division as long as we win out the rest of the season. If the Eagles lose one and we beat them. So a lot of stuff needs to happen. But as long as we just can't afford another loss. Anyways, all of that to say, I'm going to go watch the Cowboys in a little bit, which I'm not Cowboys, sorry, Eagles. And pray on their downfall because I want the Eagles to lose against the Bills. Anyway, sorry, this isn't a sports.
I'm gonna go for the Eagles.
Logan is a Cowboys hater for no reason. He doesn't. Logan actually doesn't. Logan has the hottest takes about the NFL. Never watched a game.
I don't have the hottest takes. 49ers are a good team. 49ers are good.
Who's name a player on the 49ers except Brock Purdy?
What? No.
Besides Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I said it before you claimed that.
Okay, name another player besides Brock Purdy.
Why would I know anyone else? The quarterback is the head of the team.
When did you learn the name Brock Purdy?
Whenever you said it multiple times to me. Okay, look.
I had to
don't
teach
watch
Logan because Logan says that the 49ers are his favorite team.
They are.
And so I have to, and every time it's like, who's the quarterback even?
Brock
He wouldn't
Purdy.
know. So we had to do lessons. I was like, okay, remember Brock Purdy at the very least. So that when so you can at least know him.
Right. Well, here's why I like him. Is I played Madden 2011 or something like that. And they have Frank Gore and Colin Kaepernick in his prime. And I love playing with Frank Gore. I do that halfback pitch, the toss. Just run it down, Frank Gore all the way. That was a W. And that's, I think, why I like the 49ers. 100%.
Is it also, do you think it's a little bit, I think it is NFL or the Madden days,
100%.
But do you think a small part of it is also out of spiting your dad?
That's why I don't like the Cowboys.
I know, but the 49ers are one of the Cowboys' big rivals.
I didn't even know that whenever I decided that they're my favorite.
I wonder if subconsciously you somehow knew, and so you picked them to spite your dad. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't be surprised. I like to be different. I like to be unique.
But not just unique, he likes to be controversial.
Yeah.
It's not like he just wants to be offbeat. He wants to be on a controversial beat. That's like a little bit different than what you're listening to and clashes.
Right. That's me, dude. I mean, okay.
That's who I am.
Not even all the time. I think just when I was younger, that's how I was. And like specifically with teams, I just don't super care. So I'm gonna pick the one that's like, I'll be a little different.
You'll be the one that like, it's like if you don't care, it's like you might as well have like a heated debate about it.
Right.
The things I love arguing about the most are the things I don't really care about.
That's so true with you. That's so true with you, dude.
Yeah.
You don't care and you're like, no, the earth is flat.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm just saying, if you look, I do love to argue something that is incredibly controversial and no one cares. But
doesn't matter.
But also that people get heated. Like the flat earth is a great one because people get so heated about that. And you can. And here's what I'll say about the flat earth. I don't know that I would consider myself a flat earther. But there are a lot of flat earthers, and they do have arguments. They do have the reasons that they believe the earth is flat. And I love just spouting that rhetoric. And being like, well, actually, have you considered
I love spreading
this?
rhetoric.
I love that.
No matter true or false.
I think it's a good time. It's one of my favorite things to do. Anyways, after the Bills game, we're thinking about playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Speaking of, dude, Minecraft Realms, underrated. The mini games they have on there, it's a good time.
I don't think I've enjoyed one until we played that Hunger Games type beat one.
The one where I beat you?
I beat you first. We are 1-1. We're tied.
Let's just describe both situations real quick. Should we?
Okay, I'll go first.
You describe your situation where you won,
0 to hero.
and then
what I'll
describe
say.
mine. Describe both from your perspective, and I'll describe both from mine.
So I started the game. Carson read the rules. I did not. You have a harvesting period where you get cash money, coins, if you will. And essentially you get coins and then you buy gear to PvP at the end. I had no clue what I was doing. I had 0 coins for about 2 minutes, and there's a 5-minute period. Carson is soaring through. He has so many coins, right? And so I'm like, all right, well, guys, I don't know how to get coins. And then I figure it out finally. And I get coins. I start getting coins. And I go from 0 coins all the way to the top of the leaderboard with coins. I have the most coins. That's called 0 to hero. That was my chance. And then I demolished the game. I won the PvP. I will say that I claimed the victory fully for myself. It was no one else because I won. And I think that that's just super practical. I think that I can't give any credit to anyone else other than myself because I did go from 0 to hero. I had 0 coins and I went to hero coins, if you will. And so that's kind of what I was chanting. And then Carson, the second game, we only had 1 life, which changed it a little bit. And then this time I didn't necessarily go from 0 to hero because I knew how to get coins. And it was a close match, I'll say, because I had a lot of gear. I had iron armor, right? Carson had leather. Carson only had a bow. But I will say the thing that got me was the poison arrows because he had poison arrows. So he hit me once with a poison arrow, and my health got depleted fully. And so I just couldn't do anything, and I didn't have food. And so I tried to kill him, and I jumped, and I died from fall damage. So he didn't even really kill me, but I killed myself for the sake of trying to kill him. And that's basically what happened is he really tried. And he got close, but he didn't fully kill me. It was kind of just a what's it called? User error. And
Right.
And so, that's who's to say what really happened, but I did go from 0 to hero in the first one. And my jaw's hurting, so I'll let you go ahead and take over.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It's hard to say exactly what happened. Hard to say. But Logan glossed over several key points, in my opinion. For starters, we all started the game with no knowledge of what to do.
You had knowledge.
Dude, I didn't interrupt you once. We all started the game with effectively no knowledge. This is what I read in the book. The objective is to gather coins. That's all the knowledge I had. Which was very obvious about 5 seconds in as soon as we each got our first coins. And then Logan, so we all go in just completely no knowledge, 0, right? Logan was acting like he had this huge disadvantage, but it was all of our first times playing and none of us really knew what to do. And Logan stumbled onto the meta for gathering coins very early of this farming area. And so Logan, the very first game, really did not come. So there's 3 stages. There's the gathering stage, then there's a purchasing stage, and then there's the PvP stage. Logan effectively actually was hero to hero in the first round because he gathered the most coins in the gathering stage. So he had the best gear in the shopping stage. And then in the PvP stage, we had 3 lives the first time. And Logan, I don't even know how many kills he got because it felt like everyone else was fighting each other and Logan was just kind of hanging out waiting for the fighting to end. Which, it's the classic, Mason was just gunning for me the entire time as he does. Mason, you rat. And
I need to go get painkillers. I'll be back.
Logan's jaw is hurting him. Should I wait or should I just keep talking? Right. So Logan waits while the rest of us fight it out and then comes and cleans it up because it's 3 lives, right? And in a 3 life situation, it's much easier to you don't have to get your hands dirty, right? You can just let everyone else fight and then come in with the bonus lives. It's a good, yeah, I understand it. I respect the strategy. So that's how Logan won the first one, right? Effectively, we all come in on an even playing field. Anyways, not important. Second round. Now everyone knows how to play, right? And the gathering stage, I come in dead last on the gathering stage. Logan has, I think 1,000 coins, and I had 400. So Logan has 2.5 times the amount of coins than me. he's a shoo-in for the victory because he can buy much better gear than me. And all I have is a bow and arrow and leather armor. So I don't have bow and arrow and leather armor. Right. And so all I have is a bow and arrow.
Poison arrows. There's a key difference.
Right. So I purchased poison arrows. I don't see your point that because I was smart. I made a smart decision. I purchased poison arrows. Logan bought iron armor and whatever else he bought. I don't know. He had so much gold. And yet, despite that, I literally did. First of all, I felt like I killed everyone, honestly, that game. Logan wasted. Hey, whoa. Yeah. Slow down there, buddy.
I killed
so, and I did most of the damage to Mason as well because I did hit him with a poison arrow. So I was basically just playing it smart, even though I came in at the disadvantage. It was really a come from behind victory. It was a 0 to hero moment for me because I really actually was disadvantaged the most, and then I ended up winning regardless. Whereas Logan's win, he actually had the most advantages and won with the most advantages, which really isn't that impressive in my opinion. So anyways, yeah, I came in, I won. I did 9.5 hearts of damage to Logan, and then he was chasing me, and at one point, I think he says he died to fall damage.
Did.
I don't know that that's entirely true. I turned around and shot an arrow at him, and the arrow hit him, and then he died on my screen. Supposedly Logan hit the ground right at that same time and actually died to fall damage, according to him. The chat did say that he died to me though, which I find interesting. So, anyways, all of that to say, Mason didn't win any of those games.
That is true. I was gonna bring that up,
and that's what's important.
I was gonna bring that up.
Right. And that's just classic Mason for you.
That's classic Mason for you. If I know anything about Mason, it's that he's not gonna win a PvP battle in Minecraft against me or Carson.
Right, like we played Brawlhalla the other day, and I just beat Logan and Mason in Brawlhalla like 7 times in a row. It felt like, and I hadn't played Brawlhalla in months.
If you guys know what that is, it's kind of like Super Smash Bros. And he just sig spammed the whole time, which is cool. Like do whatever.
I just what?
I guess sig spammed like your signature move. Right click, just right click.
I did more than just my signature move.
Yeah, you did left signature and right signature.
I also did a few quick attacks.
A few.
What I find it interesting is that it's like if you know I'm only doing one move, how do you not learn how to avoid that one move?
That's what I was trying, but it's a hard move to avoid that specific character. And I don't think I'd ever played against that character either.
Right.
But yeah, that was absurd. I don't have a good explanation for that one. That was just well done by you.
Thank you.
I don't have a.
Anyways, I think we're gonna try and play more of that Minecraft game tonight, theoretically.
Yeah. Hypothetically. Yeah, I think I got to do some assignments. But I mean, I'm wrapping up school this week. This is my last week of classes, and get onto the vlog with Mason. Oh, dude, you want to do workouts with us? We're basically what we've been doing is what is that lighting thing? I noticed that
on the thing.
Yeah.
They can't see it, but it basically just responds to voices.
No, on the screen.
The lighting on the screen?
Never mind.
Oh, the blue line?
No.
The little thing on your head?
No.
What are you talking about?
Dude, I don't know how to explain it. You probably will see it if you're watching. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, me, Mason, and Kobe have been like trying to work out and then send a quick little video clip in a group chat about what we did. And I think what I'm going to start doing is filming the workouts and making like a weekly, what did I work out this week, vlog type thing, just to make something and keep myself accountable for working out. And so you can do it with us if you want. But I know you hate working out. So
I hate working out.
That's Carson. If I know anything about Carson, it is that he hates working out.
Don't do it.
Also, my name is Logan and this is Carson. I don't think we said that. So just in case.
It's not important to the podcast.
It's not important. Yeah.
Because Mason knows
our names.
And if you don't know our names, you're probably not Mason, which means you shouldn't even be watching this.
You should not be watching. And I think that's about pretty much all that I have. I don't know if you have.
I know I'm thinking back. There's not a ton I can think of other than, we'll see Mason pretty soon here, which is exciting. But yeah, that's about all. I mean, in December.
Yeah, the 15th. So
That's pretty close. That's
that's like 3 weeks. Yeah,
a little under
3
3 weeks. Yeah, super excited.
we might do a pod with Mason.
That would be fun.
That
We
would
only
be
have 2 mics. I guess I could do it with Mason, and you could be like producer.
I can get it. I can set up a third. Okay. I could set up a third mic. I could figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Because I have my other mic.
I'm also very cold, by the way. Sorry. And I didn't. So yeah. Anyways, Mason. Hey, thanks for joining us to keep Mason in the loop.
Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we'll be back next week. We're gonna try to do these once a weekish.
Gonna try and get the camera in focus. That helps Logan sync up the audio.
It's synced. It's plugged into the laptop. We're recording through OBS.
Would you be able to sync that? It should be synced. Okay, go ahead.
It should be synced. Anyways, we hope we're gonna try to do this every week. We're not sure what day, but we're just trying to be
probably
consistent.
not gonna have a day. Might not even be every week. It might be every. It could be like there might be a week where there's 2. Might be 1 week where there's none.
Right. So just sub up or don't subscribe. Mason
sub up. Everyone else
sub down.
Actually, go ahead sub up. I'm fine with you subscribing. As long as you don't watch.
That's fine. Yeah, just don't subscribe. Don't watch.
Good.
I mean that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, Mason.
Oh my gosh, dude! Let's end right there. Logan is going through puberty still.
Just turned 20, bro. I just turned 20.
I just turned 20.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time.